Hi, welcome, my friends. Hope you are having a fabulous Friday. Happy to be here today. Okay, and it looks like today we are on day 21 of the Luna Magic House build. And let's see here what we did on my last stream. Go ahead and show you. It is looking absolutely fabulous. All these little extras I did, all the little extra color details and filling in all the wood colors and making it blend with the rest of it. Okay, so we've got the music, entertainment room. We've got the front area. We've got the first kitty. Alright, so we got all this awesome stuff assembled and put together. And then head down the steps. I did the carpet and used my paint markers to paint the steps, and then I put fabric on each step to make it look a little more homey. And then right here, my library, or the library, did some extra detail here. Painted those silver, put some little holographic papers in there to look like stained glass. We've got everything assembled. We got the crystal ball and this table. This table I did the purple trim and did the shelves a different color. We've got the chair and the table back there in the library. Okay, and let's flip it over this side. Let's see, and a little extra detail, different color here. This is silver also, and this is the bathroom. Got that all completely assembled, looking good. All right, and then the kitchen, looking good. On my last stream, I finished, let me hold this right. Last stream, I got all this finished. I got a little rhinestone right here for some extra glimmer. I also added this greenery and little flowers that wasn't in the instructions. I just wanted to add a little extra. And on these roofs, I put a little darker gray paint marker across the lines to make it look more textured. Did that on here too. Did a little silver and a rhinestone. Okay, and then this room here. It's like kind of like a little sitting room, like a little living room type thing. Last stream, this was the last room that I was working on before ending my stream. We've got the light set up and wired. We've got one ceiling, which is also pairing as the wall. And went ahead and installed this with the stained glass paper in the background. I added, obviously, the rhinestone. So we've got that going on. And today, the very first part is going to be completing this room. So putting in all the little extras in here, little furniture decorations, putting on this second roof. And from there, we'll see what happens, because I don't read the instructions too much in advance because I like to be surprised as to what's going to go on next. So all I know is that this is the next part. So let's go ahead and see in the fabulous instructions the assembly part. All right, last time I got that all done. So now I need to get the template and cut out some more of this corrugated paper, which is the roof. See here, we need template number 10. Alright, and then C98, let me make sure that I took care of C98 already. Sometimes they sneak an extra piece in there and they make it very subtle in the instructions, so I like to double check. Oh, nope, see, right there, C98. I have not done that yet. So we go ahead and pop this out. See, well, first, let's go ahead and get the template. Uh-oh. Okay, 10. There it is. Alright, and this is going to be the template for the other roof. Let's go ahead and get this cut out here. So this C98 is going to go right here. Alright, so let's go ahead and get this roof first, and we'll put the decorative work on top of the roof. Okay. And I've had a pretty good week so far. Things are good. I got some family coming up to visit this weekend, so that'll be fun. And feel free to say hi in the chat or chat it up with me. I love answering questions. I love discussing just about anything. And if I don't know anything about it, I will pick your brain. Right. Let's get this done. Wow, don't fall over, it's wet. Sweet. Alright. Let's get this. I'm just so excited. I am getting close to the end of this Magic House assembly. I cannot wait to complete it and put the dust cover on it and have this as another completed home build, miniature build that goes up on my shelves. Cannot wait. Because this is a beautiful build. I love all the detail, and I love that there's plenty of opportunities to add my own detail. So that makes it really fun. Lets you have a lot of creative expression. It's not so black and white like a lot of these book nooks. So this has been a really fun build. Alright. Get these little whites out because I can't stand sloppy cuts. Got that. Oop. There's some more. Bye bye. Sloppy cuts not allowed here. Sloppy cuts lead to sloppy work, leads to a sloppy end product. Can't give yourself any slack when it comes to doing your best. Because when you do, you allow yourself to be less than your potential. You don't want to do that. Be your best version of yourself. Or be the best version of yourself. And for me, it all starts with removing white paper around an intricate cut. But hey, you know, we all have our thing. It's all good. Oh, you didn't come off. Perfect. As always, I hope you are enjoying the royalty-free music of Chill Hop. We've got the R&B relaxing music for studying or just chilling out. And that's what this channel is, a place to chill, kick your feet up, grab something to drink or a snack, and just let the soothing assembly of this Luna house give you a break. A nice break from the daily craziness of this thing called life. This is my release from the thing called life. This and working on all of my goods for my Etsy shop I'm gonna launch, so should be pretty cool. Now let's cut this puppy out here. Alright. And of course you guys are listening to this cool chill hop. I can't hear it. So I put music in my ear. And right now I am listening to Werewolf by Motionless in White. I've been listening to them a lot lately, actually. I think on my last stream I started with them as well. But there is another incredible song that I just came across thanks to my husband. He sent it to me. And usually I'm pretty critical of music. I'm critical of what I listen to. And he and I have a little bit of a different music taste. So when he gets something right, or if I get something right, it's like a monumental moment. It's like, yeah, we got it. And this song nailed it. He sent this to me, and I am obsessed. This has got the most incredible grooves. Go ahead and pull up the name of it here. It's called This Is the Time by Nothing More. It's got so much Oh my gosh, just so many dynamic parts. It's incredible. It starts off just, oh, it just pulls you in. I highly recommend it if you enjoy metal or groove metal. Oh, you will love this. I mean, if I get a chance, I will shout this song out to anybody who's willing to listen, because it is just amazing. It's so great. Okay, we got that section of roof. Let's go ahead and slice out the center. Oh, oops. Did not mean to do that. Or that. Alright. Where'd I go? Oh, there it is. My awesome X-Acto knife. Went ahead and upgraded from just a standard one you can get at a craft store to really nice one. It's super heavy, it's solid. Oh, it's great. Let's get this snipped out. Man, I'm grooving right now. This song is amazing. In my ear. I don't know which chill hop song's playing, but well, it's not really a song, it's just a really good mix of instrumentals and beats. And I hope you really enjoy it. Helps you relax a little bit. I usually have to have a high energy music in my ear. Right. So curious to see how this is going to look with a big hole in the wall, or hole in the roof. I can see why they do it because it's exterior. I know why the plans do that, but excited to see the end product once it's all put together. Let's make sure it fits before I go any further with this. Come on. Nope. Alright. Where is that template? Does this template actually fit it right? Oh, I see. It's slanted. When it dried, it slanted. Okay, so I'm gonna have to make my own template for that part. Let's see, do I have some larger paper? Wait. Yeah, there we go. It's probably just instructions from a different one. Oh. It's the light that I have. The instruction manual for that. How funny. Alright. I'm gonna make a template here because when it dried, oh, bummer. When it dried, this dried slanted. So it's not square. So now I have to put together a template so it's the right size. Angle it like this. Here it is. Alright. And I'm going to have to put the straight line because I did it at an angle just to remind myself. So I'm going to bring it down. do this in a little bit more of a creative manner here. Overhangs a little bit, that's good. It's the outside. Yeah, that's right. Make it a little higher so it reaches. Okay. Let's make this a little easier. I don't know why I'm making this so complicated for myself. Shouldn't be. Just really upset that that didn't dry straight. Should have held it longer. I don't like that. That's not going to be very accurate. Okay, we'll use this side. This is flat. Nope, can't. It's got to be this side. Bummer! Oh no! This is not my day. Oh my goodness. No! That's what happens when you get frazzled. It's okay. It's not detrimental. It's just an annoyance. I myself am surgical with split wood repairs, so I'm not upset by it. It's just this wood is so thin and delicate. Yeah, you just gotta be really careful with it, and make it a template, you have to move your hands in ways that are a little unnatural for this, because like you saw me, I brought my hand straight over and there it goes. So you haven't bonded yet. Alright, that's okay. We're gonna keep holding you then. If this becomes a disaster, I'll have to use the super glue. Which I hope I won't have to, but it looks like... Wait, let's straighten you. Are you straight? Almost. Dang it, come on. Alright, that's straight. How's that look? Oh, a little bit more. Dang it, it's starting to cure. Come on. Get it right, girl. Get it right. Here, I just told all my friends here that I'm surgical, and I'm flopping around with it. There we go. Alright. You sit still right there. In a second, should be able to remove my hand. For added insurance, let's add a little extra glue carefully. Ugh, come on. Why are you doing this? You're doing it because I made a mistake. That's why you're doing it. Get that in there really well. Okay, I almost did that one. Not cool. Not cool at all. I must watch the steeples. Well, my arch nemesis will have to be used here. That's a bummer. I'm sorry you had to see that. I'm sorry I had to. Sorry I screwed it up. Oh yeah. Hey, mistakes happen. You just gotta roll with them, but still not fun. There we go. Straighten you out. A little bit more. Alright. Crisis averted. Now back to our template. Do this a little bit more accurately. Put the lid on my super glue here. Alright, so let's go ahead. We're going to measure. Alright, 0 centimeters. So we've got 7 centimeters here. Okay, 7 centimeters. And up here, oh, that's off by a half centimeter. Holy cow. Well, a little bit more than that. Yeah. This one. Alright, steeple. Note to self, never break another steeple. It's trying to fix them. Not cool. Not cool at all. That's what I'm doing here. Okay, we've done the top and the bottom, so now I am working on measuring. That's this side. off was this one. Okay, so it's off almost a half inch. Alright, well. Okay. So let's draw out another one. I don't want to draw on the corrugated. The last thing I want to do is waste a lot of this because I like to use leftover components for future ones that I'm doing. Let's put you back here so I don't damage any of that. Okay. So we've got 7 centimeters at the bottom. Let's do this first. One. Got that one. We have two. No, let's do the bottom first. That one is 7. It's pretty dramatic. 7 centimeters here. Okay. Let's find 3. Make sure that's right. Okay, it needs to be this way. Bottom. Wow, that is really off. We are going to take care of this, though, for sure. Always run into hiccups. I mean, it happens. But staying calm, that's the name of the game. Okay, let's just make sure. I'm going to double check my measurements here before I start slicing. Okay. Alright. I'm going to have 2. Yep. There we go. Alright. I'm gonna cut out just a little bit bigger. And that's not a big deal. Cut out a little bit bigger. It's all good because you have room to make adjustments if need be. All good. Paper now. One with the hole. Oh, I saved it. That's right. So we're gonna make the hole about the same. How would it look best though? Centered. Oh, right, it was this way. Okay. look best where it's at now. It's a tad bit bigger. So put this down here. It's going to be angled a bit, so let's go with the angle. Let's go with it here. A little bit, okay. So alright. Let's go ahead and give this a try, see what happens. A little bit bigger, right. There we go. A little bit. But yeah, mistakes happen, oopsies happen, like I broke the steeple and I didn't double check to make sure everything was drying straight, so this is the result. It's going to take me a little bit more time to do this, but that's okay. No worries. No worries at all. The name of the game is enjoying the process, and mistakes are completely okay. Because how do you learn? How do you grow? How do you get better without messing up every now and then? Like now I know. When it comes to shapes like this, you need to be sure to check for square, make sure that the corners are good, and watch your hands when you're navigating something like this. There we go. Lesson learned. Well, as much as they can be for me. Can I use less? Let's bring that up one. I don't want to get that all messed up. Oh, okay. But I need to make sure. Yeah. Oop. Wow. Right into the ditch. Fix this. One more side. And then here comes the opening. Not at all straight with the cut, but I can fix that as I cut this one out. No worries. Alright, let's see if this template does any better. I'm pretty confident. I think it'll be fine this time. Oop. My precision scissors are telling me that I'm not being precise today. Might just be jittery because I have family coming in this weekend, and I haven't seen one of my brothers for over a year. So maybe that's what it is. I just feel like there's a million things to do, but I couldn't leave my friends hanging here on Twitch. I'm way too excited to see this Luna house done. Always make time for my twitching. Now I gotta do the inside here. Wait, before I do that. Oh, awesome. Little bit of an overhang. That is 1/2 centimeter. 1/2 1/2 centimeter. Wait, I didn't draw the line. That won't work. Alright, this should take care of it. Wait. Nope, it's that way. And this is what I'm going to do because I don't like how inaccurate that looks. I'm going to put a, what do they call it? Cap, I guess. So I'll take 2. Okay, I don't have to worry about that because it's just the top. Alright, this is going to be a 3-piece roof. Once again, just adding a little personality. No worries. Mistakes can make something better. So let's see what happens. This goes up there, okay. So we're going to fold. Fold this down a little bit so it seats a little nicely. I mean a little nicer. See if this works the way I'm hoping it does. So we'll go underneath. Underneath there. Let me turn this so I get the right angle here. First we'll lay this one down. Alright, it's laid down. What we'll do is we'll cap it. Oh yeah, that looks good. Okay, that looks really good. Or I could cap it from the underside and give it, cap it from inside. So I can take this, fold it, and let's see which one looks better. I could cap the outside or I could cap from within. Let's see what we got going on here. The inside cap is going to look bad. Okay, we'll do it on the outside. Take my trusty paint marker here. Go ahead and take care of all this white. Because as everybody knows, it hangs out with me. I don't like white. I don't like unfinished wood showing, or even not showing. I will always know it's there, so I must eliminate it. Always. But I definitely think I'm going to need to order another paint marker of this color because, whew, this is basically one. Literally, this is almost the only color I've been using. I'm just so happy that I have one that matches so nicely with the colors of all of this. Lucked out there. Really lucked out. Okay, there we go. Now I can attach it. Make sure this is as nice as I can make it. Alright, I don't want the floor showing, that's a big one. I can push from here. Yeah, that doesn't look too bad. Okay, that's what we'll do. This is Elmer's glue. I don't need you, but I do need my Barely Art Precision Craft glue. This stuff is awesome. And since I know it's going right here, put a line right on the edge, because I know that's where it's going. And then put a line here, because that's where it's going. And a line here, because once again, that's where it's going. Perfect. Put a little lid on this, I don't want it to dry out. Okay. First we'll set it outward. Seat it in here. And then poke. Bring it up where it needs to be. A little bit more. Here we go. Crisis averted. That bond. There we go. Take my trusty cleanup Q-tip and get the extra glue. It dries clear, but I still like to make the line that's left over real clean. I need a toothpick for this one. Alright, now this, on this side, I don't like that because some of the floor is showing right there. Okay. Needs to stay right there because I don't want the floor showing. The rug, like the floor that's supposed to be inside this room. Alright. Just realized forgot the window. It's okay. Good thing I figured it out before it dried completely. I was looking at it and I was like, something is missing. What is it? Oh, yeah. Make it a little bit bigger. Since this roof is a little bit bigger now. How's that look? how is it supposed to look on this side? Ah, okay. Okay. Just gotta do a little extra trimming to clean it up. Then I'll just simply reapply the glue. No biggie. Now, you know what? I'm using X-Acto for this part. Cut off this ugly part that wasn't perfectly straight. Still a little uneven. Just a little bit, but enough to bother me. I can use my scissors for this part here. Do that. Alright. Trying to make this as perfectly straight as I can and even, because the window is a focal point, so if a focal point is off, it just ruins the whole effect that you're trying to go for. We do not want that. Now, obviously, I'm not going to get as far as I would like to get today into this house, but, you know, make a mistake, you fix it, and you move on. No worries. I don't have a deadline for this house. I'm just excited to see it done. That's all. No worries. Let's see that. Yeah, that's good. But you can see the fixture. If I switch it to the center here, like that. Still see it if I push it a little further. There we go. Yeah, if I push it back a little further, you can bring that ridge against the wall. See how that looks. Darn it. So, yeah. That's going to be okay. I do not mind that because the other elements that are going to be in here, if there's a little bit of a glare. Is there a trim that goes around that window? No. It looks like it's supposed to be over this doorway, but wire-wise, the wire feed is a little short, so it's barely not long enough. Yeah, that looks terrible. So yeah, keeping it back like that, I do not mind. That's okay. Stick a little glue for that wire so it stays put. Do need to glue this because it keeps slipping. Hold this back for a minute. Back as far as I can. Push that in. Wait for the glue to snag all this, which doesn't take long with this barely glue. It's pretty quick. which is one reason I absolutely love this glue. Almost there. Alright, sweet. Let's try this glue again. Let's put on here. Put a little bit up here, but not a lot, because we'll have that cap on there. Before I stick that on, let me get the paint marker and hit the bottom. Right, that's the top. No, that's the bottom. Yep. Get a little bit down here for some depth. And I'll fill the rest of it in once it's on here. Alright, and it looks like I can make it to where none of that wood floor is showing, which to me is super satisfying. I love it. So we'll just push this through a little bit so it's pretty even. Right. I might add a little bit of a little extra something just for some increased aesthetics. Just depends. Clean that up a little bit with the toothpick. Alright, that looks good. Because this has got a little bit sticking out, so if there's a tiny little bit on this side, it's not a big deal. Because it does coordinate with that one, so I'm not worried about that. Now, let's put this delightful cap on. So the decorative work up there sits on something good and solid. Fill in the little light spots here. I just painted my nail, literally. How funny. Alright. Give it a straight line. I don't want it to be sloppy. There's really no white on this side. Wonderfully. So just put a little bit of detail on the edge here. And it should be really good to go. Let's put that on here. I think the glue will only go let's put the glue we'll dot it on here in case the way that I apply it on this doesn't grab it. Don't really need this much glue, but you know what? I'm gonna overkill it. Why not? Let's turn this so I can get a good look. pinch this so it adheres nicely. Same story over here. Just gonna press it down gently without messing up the shape. Maybe give it a little bit of flattening on the surface because we're putting that decorative top on it. Let's hold this down for just a minute. Oh, the steeple is going to just drive me crazy. Make sure it's straight. To double check that it's straight. Trusty ruler. Just press it. See right here. Let's do this. Put a little bit here because I see a little bit of struggle with it lining up there. So we'll get that pressed in. Let the glue bond for just a moment. It doesn't take long, not at all. I'm in disbelief that even super glue isn't recovering this the way it needs to. Throw a little extra on there and clean it and kind of work it in. Clean that up a little bit. Pinch that so it goes where it's supposed to and hopefully stays there. That you stay this way. Almost there. Getting there. A little bit of a turn. A little bit longer. All right. There we go. All right. Now, let's go ahead. And take a drink. Okay. Next. The top is C98. Okay. C98, which is this one. What did I say? 98? Yep. Gently. Don't want to split these. These are hard because of all the little cuts. There we go. All right. Take my sanding stick. File this down. Alright, now to fill in all this bare wood. might take a minute to fill in all this wood because it's so many little angles and corners. I don't have a precision tip on here, so I gotta work the end of this marker with a little twisting, a little maneuvering to get into these nooks and crannies. We'll get there though. We'll get there. My goal is to at least get this one room done. I wanted to get a little bit more done, but because of that little issue, well, those two issues, it took a little bit longer. So, but again, I am enjoying the process, so if it takes a while, that's okay. As long as I'm having fun and the excitement is there, that's all that matters to me, at least. We're getting there, we're getting there. We're about halfway through with this. Go underneath here. So tiny parts, tiny. But again, I'm just really relieved that I have a paint marker that just matches this gray so well. I feel so lucky. I know it's a common color, but to find it in a paint marker without having to do a bunch of blending, oh man, it's so cool. So cool. Just that. One last part here, then we can get it glued onto the roof cap that I just put together on here. Oh. Yeah, go ahead and fill these in just a little bit. Get some of that wood out of there too. There's a little split. Alright. A little bit of light wood showing there, not too much. Let's do the bottom. Because as usual, can't see it, but I still know it's there. So I still have to match it up, or it'll just drive me nuts. Every time I look at this part, I'll be like, it's not painted! I don't want to do that. So let's just save everybody, including myself, a little bit of stress and grief. And just spend the 20 seconds putting some color on it. Angle this so you can get a better look, I guess, at what I'm doing here. Alright. This cap is on and looks good. Nice and secure. Glue set beautifully. So I'm going to flatten it down just a little bit more. So this decorative top is a nice, calm, even surface to sit on. Let's check the size and it's a little shorter, okay? Which side has to overhang? Oh yeah, that's right. It's not going to be perfect because the sides come out wider than they were supposed to. So there is going to be a gap. I think here. What can I held down a little better. Squeeze. Well, this done, I try to figure out what to do with these gaps that are going to be. Let's see, what can I put on a roof? Man, what can I put on a roof that'll look good? Think, think, think. Well, let's see how much. Oh yeah, that's a little bit there. Oop. And I hit the camera. Sorry, guys. What can I put there? Do I have any extra things from previous builds that would... Probably not for a roof cap. I'm not seeing anything. Wish I had a miniature gargoyle. That'd be so cool. I'll sculpt one. That's what I'll do. So when this Luna house is completed, I am going to do a stream sculpting a little witch to be here, to live in here. So what I'll do is I'll also sculpt a miniature gargoyle to sit right there. They're supposed to be at the front, at the face, but if I put him there, he'd just be behind that cross. But I can put him here and face him outward. Yeah, that would look really good. Okay, so I'm gonna put this one up against here, and then I'll put a gargoyle in the back. All right. I've never sculpted a miniature gargoyle. This should be really fun. Because when I sculpt miniature things, I'll use tips even tinier than toothpicks to do detail. They're like little precision. I'll actually use like precision drill bits and stuff because they're the only things I can find tiny enough that'll do what I want them to do. So pretty cool. You can use just about anything when it comes to doing creative stuff. I mean, you look at something, if you can find a use or a way to incorporate it, go for it. Because uniquity is a cornerstone of any good piece of art. Okay, there we go. Got that all nice and straight. Clean up the excess glue as usual. Okay, I'll take that paint marker once more. Get this white in here. Fill that. Rid of all this horrible whites, which just completely kills the feel of what this Luna house is going for. Alright, so now we're going to do what I always do. Do the lines. Depth and dimension here. All right, the music in my ear right now while you enjoy this royalty-free chill out music. I'm listening to Stay With Me by Ghost. And if you saw Insidious The Red Door, this was the song in the ending credits. Patrick Wilson, the main character, the dad, he is a guest vocalist, and you hear him at the end joining in for the chorus. If anybody didn't know, he was also Raoul in the motion picture version of Phantom of the Opera. He's got an amazing voice. So him being in horror movies and everything, or not horror, but, you know, thrillers and stuff, he does great. He's the perfect person for those types of roles. At least I think so. Everybody has their own opinion, though. Some more of that white. I wonder how many other miniature assemblers, sculptors take little details like that and just use tiny details to fix simplistic things. You know, they find all the tiny details and find a way to blend them in so they don't stand out. Let's get this steeple filled in a little bit. Turn this, I can see this side. Get rid of that wood look. Nope. It's crooked, but so is the roof. So, you know, it actually lines up. Now that it's crooked too, it lines up with that angle. It's not too terribly bad after all. Yeah. I might actually add a little more pizzazz to this house. Well, everything happens for a reason, right? Trusty metallic silver. And do what I always do. For this one, it's going to be this oval here. Let's zoom in so you can see this a little better. Whee! Okay. Just gonna fill this and give it some silver. I think I'm going to add some rhinestones into this, and this as well, but probably not today. Those little bitty details. Probably take a really close look at this once it's all completed, and then go around and add some tiny details to it that just make it stand out. So, but right now I just want to get it assembled and take the major visual distractions and give those some really fine detail, some emphasis. No piece is too small or insignificant. Every piece deserves to shine. Easy. All right. This kind of blends it in with the stained glass look, but the metallic shine and the light will make it look like the sun's hitting it, so it'll look good. I'm wondering, should I do this one, or is that too much? No, you know what? Rhinestones are going to go here, here, and here, so yeah, I'll go ahead and do this. There's no rhinestones in these, but there is one in the center. So I will make these silver. Bring them out, and then add that metallic detail to these little pieces, you know. Funk, 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 funk. You are gonna be just... You're punishing me for snapping you off, aren't you? It's okay. You can admit it, little steeple. I understand. That was the wrong thing to do. A little bit on this side, but not so much like the other side. It's gotta have a little bit of subtlety. There we go. Oh, you probably can't see that very well. Oh, hit the wrong one. Alright, it's as low as the light goes. It's kind of dim for me now, but I know it looks absolutely perfect on your end. I'm going to take the paint marker and fill in the overkill that I just did. These shapes. Don't want it to be menacing or annoying to look at, and right now there's just a little too much going on with that silver. Let's bring this camera down. Nope. Okay. There. Now you can see it. I'll just be really careful to not bring it too close into me again. Alright. So we're gonna... There we go. Now we can see the detail. Oh yeah, that's much better. Look at that. That's way better. Let's kind of remove some of the bright stuff down here as well. Yeah, it looks more antiqued. I like that. And it's... Let's see. Yeah, I really like that. Plus, each roof has its own personality, which is something I really like. They all have their own elements. There's nothing identical between any of them. Alright, something's telling me that there's supposed to be one of those right here, and I just missed it. Let me go back to the instructions and see if I missed that. I did. Alright, C99. So I had a feeling all of them have to have it, so. They're both C99s. What? Where's the other C99? Where I see it? Oh, C99. Okay, it's just one, so I guess there's two C99s, just don't need them both at the same time. That's all. So let's go ahead and pop this one out. Carefully. I'm done splitting wood today. Woohoo! Victory! Sand off the burrs. Make it nice and smooth and uniform. Make sure I didn't miss any, and I did not. Okay, wait. Oh, right there. Let's go ahead and close up my glue. I always forget, and then I have to take a... Ow. I have to take a bobby pin and break it up so the glue comes out again. It's so annoying. Once again, I'm going to get rid of all this wood color. Yeah. Let's do it. This is just so pretty. I'm loving this. I'm loving this Luna house. This Luna magic house. Sorry. Can't forget the word magic. Awesome. Yeah, if you're hanging out and watching and relishing or reveling in the fact that I'm just the greatest, feel free to say hi in the chat. I would love to have a conversation struck up. I love talking about anything, and if I don't know what we're talking about, please educate me, because I love learning just as much as I love sharing my knowledge. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Looking good, looking good. Just gotta stop painting my actual nails. Holy cow. Right. Little streaks here of this darker paint marker color. As usual, I'm going to stick the tip in there and get a little bit of that wood covered up. Can't get it all because I don't want to mess up this tip too much, but just put it in there and span for a second without bending this brush tip. Perfect. That is ready for adhesion. Looks good. That side looks better. Wait. Oop. Missed a little spot there. So even something like this is tiny. Oh, come on. I gotta turn on autofocus for this. Okay. Even something like this tiny, itty bitty. Come on. There we go. There's a tiny, itty bitty little split right there at the edge. So even something that minuscule just drives me nuts. And I see a little bit of white right here that I can't believe I missed, but I did. So I like to go back and carefully inspect upon completion what I may have missed. There's a tiny bit of white right there too. No. do this. It's almost 6 already. No! Alright. Here we go. Sticks out a little bit, but if I center it, oh yeah, looking good. Let's clean off my extra glue, which toothpick is required for this step. It dries clear, so it's not that bad if a little bit's on there. Okay, this all looks good. Okay, so now let's fill this with nice little things. And that will probably be where I stop, is once we finish this room tonight. Okay, so little elements. I need the sage ball, the witch hat, bookshelf, cape. Right. Oh, wrong one. You want to zoom out. Okay. So here is all the little pieces that I assembled that are left over. Okay, no steeple destruction again. Right, these are all little pieces left over. And okay, let's get my little silicone tray or silicone sheet ready to go over here. That way when I pull these out, they don't roll all over the place. Okay, so we have this sage ball. I saw the bookshelf was required. The table with the witch hat. Cape. What else was it? Double books. Can't tell. Is that a witch hat or is that a chest with a globe on it? Oh wait, it's this one. Okay. It's that. And double books. Which for whatever reason, I'm in short supply of double books. I made all of the ones that were in the instructions, so I'm not sure what happened there. Okay. Double books, sage ball, witch hat, briefcase. Wait. What's it sitting on? Oh, okay. I see. Alright. Looks like these are the elements for this room. Alright. Start with the biggest one. Bookshelf goes in there. Yeah, and like with this bookshelf, took the marker and made the trim a darker color just to make it pop a little bit. No detail is too small. Every little bit helps tremendously. shelf. I think the funniest part was I was supposed to wait to put the roof on this side until I had all the furniture in there. But I guess I like a good challenge, huh? Why not? I am a ninja with my tweezers, so no worries. Cape goes on the wall next to the wire. Get over there. Toothpick for a double wham. No, 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 no. Gotta switch positions in my chair for this one. Alright, buddy. Hold you there for a little bit longer this time then. Waiting for the cape to stick. If not, I gotta super glue it. Which is what it's looking like. Boom. I don't like super glue. Let's see. Yep, not gonna cooperate. Alright. My nemesis. Love this song that's in my ear. It's called Limits by Bad Omens. The video's cool. The song is awesome. I said one more. Duh. I'm about to use the universal curse word. But I won't do it. I will not let the glue win. Alright, there we go. There we go. You stay put. Cape is in. Okay, wrapped around the witch chest. Interestingly enough. Oh, wait. You put the books on the other witch hat. Oh, I almost made a mistake there. Okay. Grab a book. And it's the loose witch hat. Which is right here. Okay. I see. That goes in there, though. So let's go ahead and put this... Yeah, let's put this one in, too. I'm gonna go ahead and just put the glue on the floor this time instead of on the bottom of the element here. You stay there. Sweet. Next is the book. Going to go ahead and put the glue on the back of this, or on the book, because apparently the cord from the sage ball there goes around this book. Okay, let's go ahead and do this. Start getting this bonded now. Hold this good. Ah! Oh, I would have been so tripped out. That would have actually bonded right there. Ah. There we go. Angle this book a little bit. Sticky stick. Right. That's a lot of excess glue. So let's go ahead and get as much of that off as I can. Press that down. Oop. Alright, so now the witch hat. Oh, witch hat goes there. Perfect. Look at that. So cool. Alright, I think I have all these elements for this particular room. You know what? This needs to come forward and sit up a little bit because it looks like it's leaning forward when it actually isn't. Which is interesting. That illusion is interesting. There's not supposed to be much space between, so we're good there. There we go. This room is done. Awesome. Now I have to go look up some cool gargoyle ideas. Poke that down a little bit more so it holds. Yeah, I will go ahead and find a really cool gargoyle design. Put him right there. And I still am definitely planning on sculpting a witch and putting her in here. But the question is, where should she go? Once I finish the rooms. But yeah, all my friends on here, where would you want to see the witch after I sculpt her? Let me know in the chat or next time I come on. Next time I come on here, feel free to chat it then. Yeah, this is looking so good. But this is the room that was completed today. A couple of hiccups with the sides not sticking straight, so they stick out a little bit instead of standing up. You go like this instead of this. So got that fixed though. A little bit of modification. Is that really what the doorway is supposed to look like on that side? Where's that? Where's it at? No, there's trim. C21. I missed it. That caught my eye. I was like, it can't look like that. No way. Cool. Because I was going to draw one, but... Yes! I don't have to worry about it. It's right there. Sorry, I was looking at... I was looking at this doorway right here. I was looking at that doorway and I was like, that looks wrong. It's just so... plain. But yeah, this right here. The instructions don't tell you step by step which elements to go in there. It's just the large structural parts that go step by step. The rest you just have to look closely at the pictures and the instructions. So like it doesn't tell you like the numbers of these or anything. You just have to look and see, okay, there's the shelf, there's the books. You take this and put it on this. But this part here, that's the door. It doesn't tell me anything about the door frame there. And it tells me right there. But you see on this? See all this bare wood? Like, look at that. Hang on. Focus. There we go. These have just bare wood. That's why I filled all of this in. Because it just looks so much nicer. It really does. It just looks great. This plain wood on the inside, it's just... I mean, I know that it couldn't be... I know it can't be painted because these are pieces that are, you know, laser cut. But... Alright. This will be the last thing I do today. I'm going to put this door trim on. Because that would have bugged me all night. Let's get this. There we go. And in my usual fashion, sandburrs. I think instead of... Part of me was thinking about using a different color. Because there's greenery here. There's purple here. Silver and gold. Natural colors. And it would pop. It would make it pop just a little bit more. Yeah. That would make it pop just a little bit more if I chose... Oh, wait a minute. I did this green on this end. Almost like coral green. I could complement that by putting it there on the... Should I put it on the outside or the inside? So I match up those colors like that. That would just be really cool. And it kind of brings this color around. Okay, that's what I'm gonna do. So okay. Just like this door and this wall here, I'm gonna do silver on the inside. And then do that green on the outside. So we're gonna make it just a little bit different. I think it's going to look awesome. So let's get this all silvered out here. There we go. This is gonna look so good. These ideas just fall into my head. Just it's like a light bulb or a gong. You get really excited, then you're like, "Oh my gosh, that look great!" Then you just execute. You just get going on it. It's almost like you can't wait to see this little idea that you had. You can't wait to see if you were right. Because you're kind of thinking at the same time, it's not supposed to be this way, and I don't know if it's going to work. But then you take a look at everything. You know, you look. There's that coral here. There's some green. There's some gold. You put those two together, and then you put that silver. I think it's going to look awesome. So I just got to get this finished and filled in so I can confirm the awesomeness of this idea. And who wouldn't love stepping through a silver doorway to get to their quarters? I think that'd be cooler than heck. Okay, there we go. I got the silver right there. Looking good, looking good. Oh, missed a little bit there. Get that filled in. Okay, yeah, let's do that. Let's give it a little line of silver just on the edge to brighten it up just a bit. Oh, missed a little here. Gosh, that looks good. Okay. Now we're going to do that coral color on the edges. Not the front, just the edges. We're going to reverse it a little bit because it's silver on the inside on this one. So now we're going to do that coral because when it's sitting there, you'll see that hue of coral pop with this. And that brings your eyes over to this one. So it's almost like a complete. Yeah, it's just like it's completion, the visual completion. Alright, how long? I've been on here for almost 2 hours. Perfect. That's usually my average. You know what? This is fast drying. I'm gonna fill in. There's a couple of little cracks, like slits kind of. I'm gonna fill those in so you can't see the gaps, because that's something that's gonna bug me. Put a little light coat around this. Take the Q-tip and push it in there. Almost like wood filler. Yeah, there we go. Because now those cracks won't be there, and it'll be a nice flat surface for the paint marker, and you won't see any of this, like these little. Oh gosh, I need to do those too. All right, here we go. Okay, one last thing here before I take off for the night. I'm gonna. Yeah, I have to. I can't leave that gap like that. That looks awful. A little bit like here and there. on this one. Alright. Let's wood fill it with bear glue. Which, in my opinion, is just as good on miniatures. Use this dry one to... That's the front. Make sure it's dry before I start messing with it. Yep. Alright. Here we go. Yes, so much better. So much better. And because that glue is on the surface, it actually comes through a lot brighter. Because it doesn't absorb so much into the wood, the paint doesn't. Awesome. Alright. So I keep saying alright, but I loved this idea. I mean, just a little splash of something. Just, oh my goodness. It's going to completely change the overall feel of this whole area here, this whole second story. That's all it takes, is just one little alteration. That's it. Right. Let's do this. Fill that because I made an oopsie there. It's okay. Perfect. Probably can't see it, but why not? Now let me fix that oopsie. Where'd you go? Oh. That's the silver side. Okay. So we're gonna stay on the outside of this. Let's do one more layer of the silver because that looks almost... That's right, I put the glue in here. That's why. Kind of like this is the magic room almost. Having this really cool dimension of color, or dimensions of color. Woohoo! It looks so good! So that and the bottom. Alright, cool. Now comes the moments of truth when I glue it. Did I make the right choice or did I not? We're about to find out. I'll go ahead and put the glue on the corrugated. Wires keep getting snagged up on everything. So many wires. Zoom in. So you guys can see this too. See if my idea was worth it. Here we go. Alright. Nice thick coating of glue because this is corrugated, so that piece of wood is not going to bond with every inch of glue I just put on. And again, this glue does dry clear, so if I have a little extra, that's okay. Little extra sticking out. So that looks. Ah, it's supposed to come out. No kidding. Where is the template they told me to do for this? $14. What? Whoa, 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 whoa. Let's see. A10. Okay, I get it. Alright, pay attention to the lines, so make sure it's horizontal. Alright. Cannot believe I missed that. Actually, I didn't miss it. That was the next step. I just shouldn't have put the glue there just yet. That's the only thing. Actually, it shouldn't really be on there at all, because, well, it should, but... Yeah, let's see. It's supposed to be... Oh, it's supposed to be on the trim. After all that. Well, the front still shows. I have some thinking to do, yeah? I say template 15, right? Because there's two. One is 14, one is 15. 14. 15. Okay, so 14 is this side, 15 is that side. Okay. Gotcha. Zoomed out here. Bring this down. This will be the last thing I do tonight. Yeah, that's what I was talking about with the instructions. It doesn't tell you step by step for everything. You have to look really carefully at the pictures. Because it's very subtle, a lot of these, so... I almost missed this. I almost glued that against that, but then I looked and I was like, why would it be so slanted? I mean, I know it's a witchy house, but I don't even think witches would want to walk into a room with that much of a pitch. These little white shards gotta go. You know how I'm about the white shards. Number 1, number 2, well, number 15, and on to number 14. There we go. Oop. Let's go ahead and draw these. Where is my trusty pencil? Oh, there it is. Oop, knock everything else over in the meantime. Okay, which one goes on first? I think it was 14. Yep. That's straight on. This cut out, and I'm very curious to see how this looks. I'm sure it will look wonderful. In my typical fashion before I can do that. Fill in all this white. So when I get finished with the majority of this build, I'm going to go back and take a second look at all of these instructions and double triple check with all of the elements left that I did not use, because usually these kits come with quite a few things that you don't even use. It's almost like a backup, or, you know, gives you a chance to have a little bit more creative expression. But I'm going to go back and make absolutely sure I did not miss one little detail. It's not that I'm a perfectionist, it's just, it would just bother me. If I could have added more detail, and I didn't, and I knew that I didn't, ooh. No, not cool. Like, measure twice, cut once. Oops, you know what, let's keep this marker out, because I'll be using it for the other side here in a minute. Oop, turned on the music box when I was pushing down. How funny. Just making sure that this doorway is on really good before I start playing around with this. to be so dramatic? No. Oh, I see. Okay. Let's give it a pre-curve here, so it's easier to... match it up with other corrugated stuff here. Something tells me it's because it didn't dry straight. These aren't going to go on square. So what I might want to do is angle that. Just trying to figure out the right way to do it. This cannot be moving this much. No. No way. As much as I'm not a big fan of super glue, this is one of those times when it is warranted. Absolutely necessary. Make sure it's completely flush down there, which it is not. Before this glue decides to set. Okay, you keep wanting to come out. Let's hold you down. Keep holding you. Keep holding you for a minute here. Hold it straight. Now let's give it a try. Might have to do some creative work here. Yeah, that's flush. Needs to hit the top of the door. I think I can get that. This is one of the more difficult parts to assemble because of the angles and where the edges are. Start down here. Okay, it's too high. It needs to wrap right at the top. And then whatever is left over, I will just trim off. Oh, ran up a little bit. push this wall towards that trim on the other side here. Hold this for just a minute because, like I said, this one's a little more difficult. But again, if it's difficult, that just means it's a new skill. Just gotta stay with it. It's gotta stay there. You'll stay there. Okay. Exactly where it's at now is where it should be. Focus. Like I said, I'll just trim off the overhang there. Nope. Nope. No, you stay in. We are getting there. We are getting there. Oh, yeah. Sweet. So far, so good. I'm not going to mess with it too much. I may still do I still may do that coral color. It's just not going to be where I was originally planning, because I didn't realize the sides were going to be filled in. But now that I know, change of plans. I just did 14, didn't I? Yep, 15 is up next. Right now my ear is, my heart is broken. Evanescence. There are a couple of songs about grieving that she wrote that is just, this one and Even in Death. Those two, I believe, are just the most beautiful songs about loss and grief. And I think metal-wise, the best song about grief and loss and accepting it would be Death Is Not Defeat by Architects. Get this white filled in. Get this side put on. Then I am signing off for the night. Second part of my day is happening. So I gotta get scooting here in a minute. Right. it's curved a little bit. And I did this kind of cool thing. Instead of the lines being exactly perfect, this one is going to be slanted on the other side because it's up close to that one, the other wall. I think it'll look great. Unless I break my phone first. Holy cow, that was a long fall. Hopefully my music resumes here. Right. Back to the important business here. But yeah, I wanted to give it a different dimension or dimensional look because you're also looking at it from the front. When you look at it at this angle, it's an illusion because when you look at this one, it just looks flat. But when you see this one, it's gonna have some dimension to it. Yeah, I'll zoom in close to it once I get this put on there. Let's see if I can get this. So I like these precision tips. Usually, with this type of glue, you can just let it drip down. Or put a big glop right there and take like a toothpick and bring the glue down where you want it. There we go. And then any mess can just simply be wiped away with the Q-tip. Here we go. There's my tweezers. Concentrating, otherwise I'd be talking. Sorry if I'm too quiet. Oop, did not mean to slam that. This one's a little complicated because of the angle. Can't get in there. Alright, let's do the toothpick at the bottom. There we go. So let's hold it. Bring this up. Oh, goodness. You are just going to make me work for it, aren't you? Which is fine. I like a challenge. I'm patient. I see. Oh. Come on, you know you want to stay up there. I know. You go back. Maybe a different angle will help. stick there. Okay, you need to stay put while I work with these guys down here. Right there. Sit down. So you just have to be patient and work at the speed that the material you're working with wants you to go. You can't rush it, because when you rush it, it starts to fall apart every single time, and then you get frustrated, you try to throw it together quickly, and then it just looks like doo-doo. So, my best advice I can give you when working with things like this is just slow down and just work with it, go with it. There's no time limit when you're doing stuff like this. It's a hobby. If you do it for a job, well, you would learn the sense of urgency and the ironclad focus it would take to complete it quickly. But it's just fun, and that's why I do it. And if something keeps falling off or messing up, okay, well, let's try a different approach. Did that work? No. Okay, well, let's try something else. No big deal. Like right now, it won't stay down there. So what I need to do is hold it here while I press it down there. Because I already know this is going to want to come up. So good though. Oh my gosh. That looks great. For some added insurance, if you're unsure, just add a little bit more glue where you think there's too big of a gap. Just gently fill it. You don't want to push. Just barely get it in there. And as it starts to get tacky, that's when you execute the push. Right now, you're just trying to get it in the little crevice. See, the top isn't moving anymore because that glue is starting to bond. So now you can focus on the lower region that keeps popping out on you. You can even take your tweezers, press from this direction. And pull this out a little bit. Alright, look at that. Alright, cool. Now, there's a little extra. Well, you know what? That actually looks good. That trim going all the way down. I don't think it does that on the directions, but let me see. No, it stops. But, nah, you're right. You're probably right about that. Let's stop it at the trim. Take a little bit of glue and fill in the gaps. And I'm just going to let this dry until my next stream. And then I will come up here with my trusty paint marker and add a little beautification. There we go. I'm going to take a toothpick and work that in. This in upside down. Alright, toothpick. work it into the gaps to fill them. It's almost like caulking or wood filler. Try to make it as straight and even as I can, because I want to fill in those gaps. Now what I can do, toothpick, just do some slight cleaning. You don't have to be perfect, because again, dry's clear. Oh, no need to panic. And hey, if it doesn't, this gives you an opportunity to expand those creative impulses and find a really cool way to make a border around the doorway. So no matter what, it's a win-win. There we go. That looks good. That looks good. So yeah, I'm gonna let this dry, and then when I hop back on here for my next stream, we will see what happens. But from this angle, I have one more spot to fill. I see a gap. And that's a spot to press down too. Let me fill that and press it real quick. Sit for just a moment there. Press this again. Yeah, but because the glue started bonding on the top, I am better able to focus. Okay, that looks good. I'm more able to focus on the fine finesses of this doorway. There we go. Toothpick it. Alright, so that coral color that is now covered up by this doorway, do you think I should put it in here? Hit me in chat if you have an opinion, or I will make the decision. And start working on that on my next stream. Oh, one more set of gaps to fill in here. The bottom. Get this filled in. Clean it up. Oop, little curly hue. Let's bring that up. Don't know if the scissors will fit in there, but let's give it a shot to trim off this little extra spot here. Oop. Right, I got it. Sweet. Take the toothpick here. Nope, that one's bad. Let's take the tweezers. Oh, so good. I'm going to review the instructions, make sure I didn't miss anything, but with the way that it's looking now, I don't think there's a way that you could miss anything, because there's not much more you could do. So I think we're good to go here. Just blend this glue in just a little bit more. Okay. Do I have... No, I am out of new key Q-tips. So I'll do what I can here. Push this in because it pulled apart from the roof. Let's hold this because I don't want it to pull apart and then be too brittle. And try to do this when it dries completely. Let's try this. Okay, that's holding. Alright, perfect. Alright, so let's let that dry and set and get all solid. Let me look at the instructions and see if there's any other trim that I can start with on my next stream. Okay. No. Okay. Nope, that's the end of it. But I have to do banisters right here. Hold on. Wait. It didn't tell me to... Where did it say to put that trim on? Is it already on here? That side it is, but what about this side? Yes, okay. That does have that, but it looks... No. Oh, okay. We're gonna put some of this ornamental down here and then 2 beams like that as if it's a balcony. We're also gonna do that on this side. And then put some little elements like bottles and books on the steps. And then fill that room. So yep, next stream is a lot of small, tedious little details, which I love. So, yep, today we got this room completed with the bookshelf, the witch hat, the crystal ball, the cape. I call this a sage ball. Then we got the roof done with the ornamental. I'm going to carve and I'm going to sculpt a miniature gargoyle to go right there. And then, oh, on this side, we put this doorway. And it's going to take a little bit of time to set, but alright. Press that one more time. A little harder so it stays. Okay. Alright, everybody. Well, thank you for hanging out with me and watching my fun assembly of my Luna Magic House. And anytime you visit me next time you have a question or just want to talk about something, just chat. Heck yeah. That's why I love being on here, is I like to chat it up. I like to cluck like a hen. So there's never any topic or anything that I would go, no, I'm not talking about that. I'm not that kind of gal. So, sorry, I'm trying to put my templates up so they stay put. Come on. There we go. Alright, put my trusty instructions here. And there we go. Alright, well, thank you so much, all of my friends, for hanging out. I hope you have a fabulous Friday evening. And if you're not here over the weekend, have an awesome weekend. And here's until our next stream. Alright, let's set this up right here so it's all nice and fabulous. Again, thank you so much, guys. I'll see you next time I'm streaming. Bye. Bye-bye.